Chunk Podcast, we're back at it again. This time, we're in the gaming department. It's 2019, and we are laying the roadmap for all the major releases and actually some of the minor releases that we didn't even know exist in the video game world. We've got Ryan Lynch, Niki, Juste, JJ Mitchell up in here. Also, I guess I should say myself, it's Justin Doyle, if you care to know. But what we're going to do in this podcast is we're going to go down. We have 18 different tabs open, but we're going down the list of releases. We're going to try to go month by month because not a lot of this is concrete yet. I'm pretty sure at this point January is concrete. We've pretty much ran the table on January, but there's a couple in January we can hit that are on everyone else's radar and maybe not on everyone's radar. But I've got a couple on my side that I think nobody really else wants to play. But we'll go to January all the way through December that we know, and then there's actually another side list of there's nothing concrete on the dates, but just say that they're going to release sometime in 2019. So let's just jump right into it. In January, obviously, we might as well just run down a couple of things. Super Smash Bros. U Deluxe for the Switch. Is that just a port over, by the way? I saw this. It's a port over from the Wii U, right?
New Super Mario Bros. U is a port. I think they added some more content.
Okay. That's all
the game was really good and underappreciated since the Wii U didn't sell well.
Yeah, I kind of figured, so I just wanted to hit that real quick. The other one I wanted to hit in January, and you guys can get to what you want to talk about, Ace Combat 7. I'm a sucker for these games. I played Ace Combat all the way through. It was like 3 through 6 or 7 maybe on PS2. I was like the biggest Ace Combat fan, and then we just hadn't got, well, I guess it's not 7. It was like 3 through 6, I think, on PS2. But I was a big fan of Ace Combat. I was a sucker for just flying planes around and blowing people up, the in-air combat. But I don't know. It's probably going to take me a little while to get to this because I have so many other games that I have to finish. But I do like Ace Combat 7, and it looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, I played the 3rd and 4th on back in the day, and I enjoyed it. But I mean, I didn't know anybody else that liked it, so I just stopped.
Well, and especially on PS2, it's not like everyone had like the link up play where you could play with other people online and all that stuff. It wasn't really.
There was that online adapter that I bought so I could play with friends every now and then. But I mean, not everybody was doing that yet. It wasn't mainstream yet.
Yeah, the only game I think I played online on PS2 was Killzone. I think I had the online adapter, and there was actually a pretty decent following for Killzone, and there you could actually get some online play. It was definitely glitchy, but that was a little cumbersome. And then obviously, Resident Evil fan. I'm not really a big fan of Resident Evil, and hopefully no one crucifies me for it, but I just don't like being scared when I play my video games. But Resident Evil 2 got a remaster, and that's just released on PS4, Xbox One, and it's going to be out on the PC as well. And the last one, I guess people are talking about it. It might be a big deal to some, but Kingdom Hearts 3. Anybody heard of it?
Yeah,
heard of it. Never played any of them.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I haven't really played any of them either. I actually own whatever it's not Kingdom Hearts 2. It's Kingdom Hearts like 2.1864. Like, you know what I mean? Like, instead of remaking the game, they do like side stories or something. I don't know. It was super weird, but I have not played through the entire series. I do, however, think I will pick up Kingdom Hearts 3 at some point this year and play it. It just looks fun.
Yeah, I played both 1 and 2 and part of 2.5. I think that, I mean, people have been wanting Kingdom Hearts 3 for like 10 years now, maybe even longer, and it's long awaited. They have they're running it on the newest game engine, so it's not as clunky, hopefully, as past iterations of the game.
Yeah.
But it's it's a classic Final Fantasy beat 'em up, RPG action RPG style game where you have Disney and Final Fantasy characters, and I think people in our generation probably appreciate Kingdom Hearts more than anybody, just because
we grew up
to experience that real Disney.
Yeah, it's cool. It's definitely, at first time, whenever I first heard of it back in the day, I was like, this is kind of a gimmick, right? Like, this isn't something that people are going to like. It just seemed kind of cheesy to me, but there's such a huge following for this game. And honestly, I mean, when I eventually pick it up this year, I probably should tell Kristen about it, my wife. she's a super Disney fan. I feel like she'd be down to play this, but I haven't actually, run it by her yet. I feel like she'd go out and buy it tomorrow if I told her about it. So it is something really cool.
And, there's a lot of lore that's in this story that's going to get wrapped up in this game, hopefully at least. And I think that's probably what is most anticipated by people, is just to know how Sora's story ends.
Yeah, so people obviously looking forward to that. People are actually playing that as we speak. But it's something interesting. I'm going to check it out. We can just move. I think that's end of January. So now we are moving into February. Unless you guys had something in January that I'm glossing over.
Probably, I don't remember.
No, okay, that's fair.
Nothing I see.
All right.
Well, I mean, the Telltale's Walking Dead game, that's a series that I've been following since season 1, and I'm sad that it's at the final season. But I mean, Telltale had the whole closing down thing, so I guess they got to crank out the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, might as well push it out what they got. But I think somebody say that they were going to pick up either that story or pick up that franchise or something. I don't know what was going on. Somebody's probably going to buy it.
That's what happened, because the entire studio had a shutdown, I think, after episode 2, and then I think somebody picked them up to at least help them finish the last 2 episodes.
Yeah,
like they had to lay off all their employees, and just like nothing was finished. Plus, people already paid for the season pass, so I mean, they had to do something for it.
Sure, they had to. Right? Wink, wink. They didn't really have to. They're just like, thanks for the money. We're going to go be out of business now. Moving on to February, it says here The Walking Dead. And I think, I don't know if it was that Overkill one that apparently has been released already. If it isn't, I don't know. But I for some reason, it's this weird enigma. When I look it up online, Overkill's The Walking Dead was supposed to be like this Left 4 Dead like wannabe in the Walking Dead universe, that it doesn't have a release date on any merchant's website, whether it be Best Buy, GameStop, wherever, Walmart. It doesn't have a release date. It says you can pre-order, but when you look them up on their Wikipedia and all that stuff, it says that it's already released in November of 2018. So it's a very confusing situation. And Niki, you're saying you saw some reviews for it it's like butt cheeks.
People's reviews have been saying it's trash. I saw gameplay. I was gonna vomit everywhere. But what they did, they were sneaky with it, because like they released like 4 separate trailers based on like the characters, and the trailers were extremely promising. And as soon as you saw gameplay, I'm like, everyone's like, what the hell is this? This is not what we were promised.
Yeah.
It's trash, garbage. I mean, nobody liked it in any of the reviews.
Well, yeah, all their teaser trailers were basically like animated movies, like crystal quality, and it looked pretty awesome. And then, yeah, I have yet to see any gameplay for it, but I mean, from what I'm hearing from you, you seem like a trusted source.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, okay, we'll just scrap that off the radar for now, and I don't know if it's going to pop up or not, but we will see. Anything else? Crackdown 3. I feel like that had a pretty decent following. The Crackdown series has had a pretty decent following. Is anybody interested in that?
It's been so long since they released the next one. Like I was back when I was on Xbox 360, and Crackdown 2 did whatever. They mentioned something about Crackdown 3. People were like, oh, grab it. Let's get excited. Then Xbox One comes out. It was supposed to come out in the earlier phase of Xbox One. Here we are in 2019, and they're just now about to release it. It's like so many people have either gave up on it, and it's. I mean, I'm not mad at the series, but it's come on. I mean,
I don't know.
Next generation, we need better from what we're about to get.
I don't know. You sound pretty angry.
I'm a little upset about it. It's just like, because everyone knows a Crackdown. It's just like you're extremely powered, jumping around, blowing up buildings. That's fine, but for this day and age, this generation of console, we need a little bit better than just what we're about to get. And I've seen enough gameplay to be like,
yeah,
I'm looking better. Like, that would have been better last gen.
Yeah, I'm looking at a gameplay trailer right now. It does. I don't know. Well, there's some cool stuff going on. Actually, when they do the vehicles and everything, it actually does look kind of interesting. But it to me, it looks a little too much. But I probably won't have anything to do with this. But it could be fun. It looks like it could have a pretty decent like online multiplayer. I haven't
seen anything that you can do this time around that you couldn't do last time.
Well, that's the thing. I never played any of the Crackdowns. I just saw some things on it and was like, nah, that's not for me. But it does look like it could have moderate fun ability.
It was extremely enjoyable back then. I mean, it's been this much time, and it's just cleaner version of what we already done. I don't know.
It doesn't even look that clean. Speaking of
Terry Crews is like the star of the game.
There's Terry Crews, yeah.
Is it actually Terry Crews?
Yeah, that's him.
I thought you were just being rude and like saying it looks like Terry Crews, but no, I didn't know if it was him or not. That's kind of cool. Then I'm now halfway interested, except for I don't have an Xbox One. So, congrats Xbox on your lovely exclusive.
Don't get me.
Okay, so here's another one on the list: Far Cry New Dawn. What is this trash? They just came out with Far Cry 5. What they're coming out with another Far Cry?
This will be Far Cry 5.2.
They're milking it.
I don't understand why they do this. And it does kind of look like it could be like DLC from Far Cry 5, but I have this rule with Far Cry, and it's been lately for the last couple that they've come out with. It's just every other Far Cry. Okay, just skip it. There was Primal, you skipped it. You weren't going to have any a Primal because that came out right after Far Cry 4. And it's like they're doing it again here. They're like, oh, we had moderate success. It kind of made us a little side money with. It's like they took the leftovers. Well, the Primal was almost like a reskinning of the exact same game.
It was a copy and paste pretty much. There was people like side by side on YouTube of like chunks of most areas of the map. Maybe they had a little bit extra foliage or whatever. Maybe a certain tree grew a little bit longer. But that's all it was. It was like a reskin, and they slapped some stuff on it. It's a new game.
Ridiculous, yeah. So to me, this is probably going to be the same. This is probably going to be the same thing, same world that they already built in Far Cry 5, and just a different story that could have been a downloadable DLC, but now it's going to get a physical copy for whatever reason. I don't understand, because Far Cry 5 was good. Far Cry 4 was fun. Far Cry 3 was probably the best Far Cry. But these in between things that they're doing are disgusting. It's making me sad.
And their multiplayers have been trash. Like, I don't know what it was about this one. Like, we never got to play. Like, it was so trash.
Far Cry 5, yeah. I mean, we did. Oh, you're talking about the online, like team deathmatch and all that stuff. Yeah, but the co-op thing was awesome. The co-op, only 2 people can play co-op, made me sad though. Like, you should. Yeah, that. Like, you only have one friend. You know what I mean? I don't know. That made me sad.
I thought we would at least have 4, and we could have got somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. Next on the list, I saw some things for Jump Force. Has anybody seen anything about Jump Force?
Yes. Anime lover's dream.
It looks like they've taken like every anime show and just grabbed the main character, maybe a few main characters, and just threw them into this fighting video game and made a story around it. It looks pretty awesome. And when I saw that they have Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh!, I was like, wait, how's this dude gonna fight? And I actually watched gameplay of him fighting. He's like summoning like Dark Magician and all this stuff. It was like, it's pretty intense. But to me, I'm not a big fan of like fighting games. I'd rather have it be like the like the Kingdom Hearts thing where you're like running around an open world, or Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I'm more of a fan of those types.
It'd be weird, wouldn't it?
I don't know. You tell me. I prefer to like team up with my friends and beat up hordes of enemies and maybe like big bosses, as opposed to do the 1v1 traditional fighting game. I'm not really as into those.
I guess that makes sense. But it's sort of
definitely
like an anime lover's Street Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you like Dragon Ball Z, if you like Naruto, if you like One Piece, if you like any of the other shows that they're going to mash into this game, I mean, those are all wildly, wildly popular animes and mangas. I mean, and the graphics actually do look pretty amazing.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the worlds that they build.
As a fighter game, it looks like it'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get that though, but I do know a few people who probably will. But I'm not going to probably partake in that. But I'll watch some people stream it or something. Anthem is next up on the list. I have almost blocked this completely from my site. I don't know why. I saw the thing for it. It got crapped on for being almost like a remake of, not a remake, but like a poor man's Destiny. What are your guys' thoughts on Anthem coming out in February?
Well, it's hard to be a poor man's Destiny when Destiny 2 is a poor man's Destiny 1.
Yeah.
But Anthem, look, they released the beta for people to play this past week. The servers clearly were not ready to handle the game.
Is it an Epic game?
It is BioWare. Actually, BioWare is the people who make
so good back in the past.
They did Mass Effect. One of my buddies says he got to play the beta. when he actually, loaded in and moved around at like 16 frames per second, he said that the mechanics of the game are very similar to the Mass Effect, physics and running around, but obviously you're in like a mech suit, so every mech suit kind of has customizability or like different builds and what they call classes, basically.
Yeah, there's like 3 classes, so it's pretty similar to Destiny in that aspect. There's like 3 classes of mech suit. I mean, granted, you can customize how it looks, but there's like 3 the set classes, like a defender and like a DPS person and like I forgot what the third one is, but I don't know.
It seems interesting. It'll probably be one of those games where I wait to see what the reception is after it comes out at the end of February.
Yeah.
I love myself some mech suit games, but I also don't want to blow $60 on an unfinished game, which seems to be the prevailing trend nowadays, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can't
What's buggy?
Yeah, well, it's still early, but yeah, I mean, imagine I just can't pre-order games anymore unless it's like Nintendo. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's really my rule now lately. I just won't pre-order games anymore. It just makes me sick.
How would it be early? It's got a month to go, and they released the demo. It's not in beta anymore. This is the demo of what you're about to get, and it's still.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe it was beta, but they do have a month to fix at least the online servers, right? I mean, like they can.
What you saw is what you're gonna get. There was people clipping through the freaking map. There was like enemies just not registering. You're just shooting and emptying an entire clip in an enemy, and it's not even looking at you anymore. There's so much things going wrong with that game, man. If you have a month left, you're not going to fix all
Okay,
that.
well, all you have to do is just buy the disc, and on the disc, there's an update that fixes everything, obviously. Idiot.
Well,
that's the trend.
I also heard that the demo was an iteration of the game from a couple months ago, but it still doesn't excuse the mayhem that ensued when people played the demo.
Yeah, and that's a bad look to even do something like that. Like, just either roll it out the way you want it to, or, you know what I mean? Like, nothing good comes out, I don't know. Just, to me, pushing it back, or just saying, no, I can't do it right now, is better for you than just throwing out a turd and, like, having it get roasted. I don't understand the logic there, but everyone's got to meet their deadline, I guess.
It's going to be a hard pass for me.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get into that either. A couple other things from February. I don't know if you guys have. I heard Lynch was looking at this Metro Exodus game. I don't really know much about that one either.
Metro Exodus. It seemed very, like, kind of gory in a sense. I saw a screenshot of the creature that was within the game, and I kind of almost shit my pants.
Jeez. Okay, well, it says here is an upcoming first-person shooter video game developed by 4A Games. Okay, apparently it's a third installment of the Metro video game series. I didn't even know that there were other Metros.
No, yeah, I've heard of the Metro series, but I've never jumped into it. I mean, I never cared, but I mean, I'll probably give those a look, but it seems like just basically, what's a good game to compare this to? I guess just by looking at it, like a Far Cry with zombie-ish creatures and then some.
Okay,
not zombies, more demonic things, but
yeah, they're kind of. This creature looks like a demonic dog, and like I don't like thinking of dogs that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like a Fallout / Far Cry. It's weird.
Yeah.
I wish I could explain it, but that's the best comparison I can make based on looking at it.
Okay, that's fair. I haven't checked out any of it, but I mean, it sounded cool at the beginning of your description, and now I'm depressed. So,
I'm not getting it.
Okay, that's all I have for February. I don't know if you guys have anything else for February. I think we pretty much jumped through those. Here in March, there's Dead or Alive 6. I don't know if anybody's playing that. Devil May Cry 5. And The Division 2 are the big ones that I have. I don't know if I've seen any of these other ones, but what do you guys have? Anything in March that you might be interested in?
Yeah, I'm down with Division 2 because I was a pretty big fan of Division 1. Like, as soon as it was announced, I played it, grinded up to the top, and then eventually it died down once the end game because the end game was terrible in that game. But I've heard they've really tried to up it up for number 2, and it's in Washington D.C. and all this stuff.
Ooh.
I'm probably gonna try to get it early, and if you guys jump on with, we can grind together.
That's
but if
the
you
thing.
Get it, like, 2 months later, like last time.
No,
you're gonna be
okay.
SOL.
That's what ruined it for me the first time around, is because everybody else got the division instantly, and I was hesitant. I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna give it some time. And by the time I jumped in, I couldn't even play with my friends. They wouldn't even let me play with my friends without getting slaughtered instantly, because like it just seems like the enemies were as difficult as the highest level player that you had in your party. So I couldn't even like grind. It would have took forever for me to catch up with you guys, then jump in and like play with you. I just didn't even want to do that. It just seemed like a grind. So I didn't stay long in the division. So I don't know. I don't really like that play style to me. I mean, there should be a way where you could be able to play with your friends, even if they're better than you, and maybe like you get less points for doing things. You know what I mean? I don't know. As opposed to it being the other way around, where I'm over here trying to kill savages.
Sort of, we could, because we did end up joining your world, but we were just way too overpowered for all your enemies. So you decided to pretty much sit in a corner and let us just mow down
You
your
guys were
enemies.
just doing the work.
You
It was
collect the loot.
it was weak. I did not like that. So yeah, listen, get Division 2 if you're all going to get it at the exact same time and play as equally as much, because as soon as somebody runs ahead of you, the game is broken. I don't know. Maybe they fix it in Division 2. I haven't seen much about Division 2, so I'm just giving my story.
I just hate the bullet sponge enemies. I hate games with you just sitting there shooting an enemy. He should have dropped, but no, you're doing like 200 to the headshot, and he's still got a full bar, and I'm gonna waste 7 clips on this one enemy.
Well,
I don't like that, but the Division was fun for what it was. It's bittersweet for me.
Don't suck, man. You got to get good.
Well, I'm phenomenal. It's just I don't like it.
One other game that I'll throw out there that I think I'm actually pretty excited for. They're coming out with a new Total War game for the PC. It's an RTS game, so almost like you have like a bird's eye view and you control units. And did you guys ever play Command and Conquer or anything like that?
I played Command and Conquer, yeah.
It's almost it's in the same vein of games. In this Total War in particular, it's called Total War 3 Kingdoms. It takes place in, China, ancient China back in the day. So for those people that are kind of like history nuts that also like strategy RTS games, the Total War series has been really, really good. And I think that this is one to look forward to.
That sounds pretty sweet. Yeah, I totally forgot Command and Conquer was even a thing. They're not still making Command and Conquers, are they?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I played
the games like its place.
Probably. There's so many different games like that now, but yeah, I remember back in the day, that was like early PC games. I remember living in Tennessee playing that. I was like, holy crap, this thing is awesome. But yeah, I mean, as far as March, I don't really know. Devil May Cry, I've never played any of those games, but I know it's a big title. Coming out March 8th, but outside from that, I don't know what else is really worth it in here. What is Tropico? Tropico 6 is coming out on March 29th. I've seen Tropico before, but I don't know a damn thing about it.
I forgot what, I think it's like some sort of simulator or something like that.
Oh, it does. It looks, yeah, it's a construction and management simulation video game. So it's basically Roller Coaster Tycoon for...
Or more probably like one of the Civilization games or something like that.
Or Sim City, more like Sim City.
Yeah, seems like you get to manufacture your own tropical island, and
interesting.
Like they both said, like a Sim City type thing. So you would be able to run a tropical island rather than just a little city. Interesting.
I'm gonna say no, but if I got bored one day, I might throw down on it. Who knows? I don't know.
What about this Yoshi's Crafted World? I know you guys both have the
Switch is
the Switch.
Yeah, we're big advocates for the Switch. I don't know. I haven't really dove into any Yoshi games. I don't know anything about this.
So Yoshi's Island back in the day was incredible for the Super Nintendo. This game is similar to that. It actually has a co-op mode, which is pretty cool. And it's more in the cutesy, like, if any of you guys remember Yoshi's Woolly World, it's kind of similar aesthetic to that.
The name sounds cutesy.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm looking at one of the trailers right now. They're in a dessert style world where there's straws and graham crackers and stuff
That's
that
adorable.
they're navigating. It is. It looks like a lot of fun actually with the
Yeah.
the
Is that the
multiplayer
graphics? Is that the
aspect.
game graphics, or am I just looking at a cutscene? What is that? That looks like. I think I'm looking at a cutscene because if that's the game graphics, I'm gonna buy it. I don't think I'm.
I mean, it definitely looks like something that you can play with somebody who's not a typical like pro gamer, but you still want to have fun and play something.
Yeah, that's the best thing
Um,
about the Switch is games like this that are kind of like they kind of transcend like hardcore gamers. Like anybody can pick it up and play it and have fun with it. So
And what I'll say too is, and we've talked about this before on the Switch. This console seems to be the one where you don't want to sleep on their top IPs.
Yeah.
I mean, like pretty much every single one looks super good. So I don't see why this Yoshi game would be any different.
no, it does. The gameplay looks awesome. I mean, as far as like just visually, it looks pretty sweet.
And they got Poochie. If any of you guys played Yoshi's Island, he's a dog that helps them.
Poochie, just
Anyways.
adorable.
The
Okay.
return of Poochie.
All right, well, let's move on to April 2019. This looks kind of weak. This is when we're getting to like the release dates are dwindling. Like, you know what I mean? It's so far in the future. It's going to eventually just whittle out down to sometime in 2019. But allegedly in April, we're looking at Mortal Kombat 11 is coming out. The game Days Gone is coming out. I've seen a lot about that. And I just looked up this game Dauntless. PC, Switch, PS4, Xbox One. It's one of those like free to download, almost like Fortnite, like a free to download. It looks kind of like Fortnite, like Monster Hunter meets Fortnite. It looks kind of interesting.
Aesthetic.
I
I have to say, like, I played Monster Hunter World, and I have Monster Hunter Generations for the Switch. I think if I'm gonna play a game where you run around with your friends and beat up monsters, I think I'm gonna do Monster Hunter.
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, I do. I kind of dig in like this like almost simplistic cartoon style where it doesn't take itself too seriously. I think that's why I haven't really played any of the Monster Hunter games because it just looks overwhelming to me. I don't know. I need this basic palette. I think that's what's going to get me into it. I'm going to try this out. Obviously, if it's free to download, I'm definitely going to try it out. But I don't know. We'll see. There's the character designs look pretty sweet, and there's like different people you can get, what weapons and all that to go through the game. But if it's something I can team up with some friends and it's free to play, I'm always down for that. So I'll check out Dauntless in April for sure. Mortal Kombat 11, there's like a petition going on right now. I don't know if you saw that. They're trying to get Shaggy from Scooby-Doo as a playable character in Mortal Kombat 11 right now. Like it's a legit petition that's getting thousands of signatures.
Who started that?
I have no idea, but it's awesome. I think it's hilarious.
I agree. I would, if I was to, play Mortal Kombat, I would want to play as Shaggy.
That makes no sense.
How's it
I
make no
would love-
sense?
I would love to see
Bonus
Shaggy's finishing
characters.
move.
Yeah.
All the bonus characters in the Mortal Kombat games have been known killers. And what do you mean Shaggy from Scooby Doo?
How do you know Shaggy from
What's-
Scooby-Doo isn't a known killer?
He's
Maybe
a known killer catcher.
Maybe he's
Exactly.
a mastermind and set all of it up, and his
That
finishing
would
move
be
is going to be
great for a story if
ripping off a guy's face. I don't know.
Damn.
if there had been one iteration of that ever happening, then maybe. But I can say even Barney could be a serial killer. I don't know, but I'm saying somebody that's known for doing work
Okay.
should be in a Mortal Kombat.
I'm going to
When's
start
the last time you?
What?
When's the last time you watched Scooby Doo?
When's the last time you saw Shaggy kill someone?
I'm just saying, but I haven't watched Scooby Doo in a while. Maybe Shaggy has killed someone since
Who
then.
knows? You never know. I don't know. I think it'd be
he's killed a lot of sandwiches in his day.
damn.
Hey.
That's true. That's true. He's a serial killer.
He just fillets a sandwich.
No, I don't know. I think it's hilarious. I think it'd be if there's a big enough following. I think these game developers nowadays they'll find a way to wedge some like either if it's just like a little Easter egg, maybe obviously not a playable character, but to just have him be popped up in some sort of aspect in the game, I think would just be like a nice little nod to like all the like thousands of people are signing this petition. It's ridiculous. That's why it's hilarious. but I don't know. I think it'd be funny if they went through with it.
People trolling. They just want to see. I don't know. They just want to see it come to fruition.
Exactly.
I played Mortal Kombat 10, and it was actually really good.
Yeah, again, see, Mortal Kombat, I played Mortal Kombat 3 was the last one I think I played. Oh, no, you know what? I played the one, was it Deception or, what was the one where it was like you made a character almost and ran around and like learned things in the village and then beat people up? Like that was like the coolest one that they had. I don't know.
Deception.
Was it Deception? That was so sweet. It was PS2, I believe, was what I played it on, but that was the last good Mortal Kombat game that I played. But I'm not really a big fan of the 1v1 fighting. Like I don't really get into even like Injustice, DC's Injustice. I don't really get into that either.
Injustice was the shit. I messed people up with Aquaman.
Aquaman is so good. Oh man, stop crapping on Aquaman, Niki. No, I'm kidding.
I didn't say
It's worth mentioning in April we're actually also getting a Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy 12 port to the Switch and Xbox One.
Interesting.
Which the Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age was the remaster for Final Fantasy 12 that they did.
Yeah.
And part of me is just still getting used to the Switch being a Nintendo console being powerful enough to handle some of those games.
That's probably where I would go back. Like if I was going to go back and play these Final Fantasy games, having it on the Switch would be awesome because you could just pick it up and bring it with you wherever. And because those games can be cumbersome. Well, I won't say cumbersome. It's a lot going on, but I mean, when you get wrapped up into it, I feel like having it handheld would be pretty awesome.
For sure.
So, one more in April that I'm seeing. Days Gone. I've seen so many things about this upcoming survival horror action adventure game. I've seen some trailers for this. It looks pretty awesome. I hope it doesn't flop. It's an open world game, but I think I'm going to try some Days Gone.
People are digging the zombie dystopian games a lot lately, it seems.
It seems like there's a lot coming out. Yeah, I don't know that I haven't really played a lot.
Like that's the last decade.
Yeah, but this one looks like they put some time and effort into it, so I'm gonna give it a shot for sure when that comes out.
I'm not seeing it. I mean,
you're not seeing the time and effort.
It looks good, but the gameplay just to me still looks really really clunky.
It's
the machine gun fire, it just sounds piss poor in my opinion. Just the running animations, a lot of the animations in that game just look too stiff or like just clunky. It just doesn't seem like, I don't know. They should have and probably could have done a lot better.
It sounds like Niki Juste is a game developer, and he's got a lot of harsh criticisms for these people that are working so hard to make these games.
I've seen a lot of games be released, and I'm seeing what could be done and what is being done, and I'm saying, you're not meeting everyone else's standards.
Luckily, they still have time, and they still have time to also push the date back if they need to do anything else, which they have pushed. The Days Gone's been pushed back, I think, once or twice at least, publicly. Like they've said, like, okay, we were going to release it like holidays 2018. We're going to throw it back another month or two, and now it's back in April. Who knows how long it's going to be, but they're at least attempting to make it good, which is instead of it being rushed out. So hopefully.
Hey,
what we're going to get?
Really quick before we move on.
Yeah.
There is this game for the Switch. It's called The Untitled Goose Game, and that's actually the title.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a stealth game. And
oh yes,
I'm listening.
The entire premise behind it is that you are a goose, and you are just a pain in the ass.
Oh my God! I'm seeing this. It's so plain and the simplistic design of this.
It looks hilarious.
You are a horrible goose, and you're just like running through this town and just squawking. And oh my God, this is so stupid.
Hilarious.
Oh my God, that is so random. That's gonna make so much money because it probably didn't take much to create. That is awesome. It's almost like the goat simulator. That's kind of.
I like it.
That's funny stuff. I'm gonna have to check that out. That's something probably stupid that I'll throw on the Switch for fun. But
you're
that's
just like
awesome.
Terrorizing the residents.
That looks hilarious.
Interesting indeed. May 2019, Team Sonic Racing and Rage 2. Obviously, we haven't got a lot of. I mean, other than Mario Kart, it seems like Sonic Racing's coming out, and then Crash Team Racing is coming out in the following month in June. We're gonna get a lot of these. Call me when Diddy Kong Racing comes back. Really, at the end of the day, I just want another Diddy Kong Racing. I don't want another Crash Team.
I just saw a video that had a Donkey Kong Switch game teased for in May, but I have not been able to find a date since then. But I did check out the trailer for Rage 2.
What is it?
And it seems very Far Cry-ish, but more on like the Borderlands type of edge.
Okay.
So I mean, it looks pretty open world to where that you're traveling from.
It looks like Mad Max.
Yeah,
like open world vehicle combat. Yeah, I don't know. That seems interesting. I don't know if I'm going to play it,
but then it seems as if it has like the missions kind of like how Far Cry 5 did, where you're conquering these mini bosses in relation to the larger boss, and then you meet the larger boss. And knowing the way video games are nowadays, it wouldn't surprise me if some nuke goes off in this game as well.
Yeah,
just like in Far Cry 5. Spoiler alert.
Probably. Yeah.
I didn't beat the game.
Wow. Yeah. At this point, he's not going back for it, so it's okay. But yeah, I mean, we're getting to the point now where it's like these months. They say they have 1 or 2 games that are going to be released. I'm more interested in the confirmed games for 2019 list that don't have set dates. But other than that, I mean, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled in June, and then a game called Shenmue 3 for PS4 and PC on August 27th. I don't have no idea what that's about, but who knows about that? But we should just get to the list now. Confirmed games for 2019 that don't have a set date yet, and there's a chance it says confirmed for 2019. There's also a chance it could get pushed out of 2019 if it doesn't have a release date yet. In alphabetical order, though, we can go down. First off, Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch. Big fan here. Kristen's a huge fan. When that comes out, I probably won't get to play the Switch for a considerable amount of time, but I am excited for the Animal Crossing for the Switch.
You know the easy solution to that, right?
It's get another one.
Switch.
Kristen's got to get her own Switch.
Obviously. We'll probably have to do that at some point. You know what's funny is she has a PS4 just sitting out there in the living room. We're going to have to flip it for a Switch, I think.
Dude, Animal Crossing, if they're able to, I mean, I liked New Leaf. If they're able to capture the beauty of the original Animal Crossing game, I am so down.
Yeah, and it's a console one as opposed to 3DS. I mean, the one on the 3DS that we have is pretty good, but on a console, there's obviously much more you can do, many more things you can do, especially on the Switch. I'm excited to see where they go in that direction. It's just fun. I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's hard to describe, but you could sit there and then look up at the time, and you realize you just passed 5 hours not even knowing what's happening.
Trust me, I know. My fiance sits there, and she's already told me that once it comes out, that I will need to go buy her a Switch.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be awesome.
Because I mean, I think last summer when we got the 3DS from you, she spent hours upon hours without saying a word.
Yeah,
and we were sitting right next to each other. And then all of a sudden she's like, "Babe, I'm hungry. I want dinner."
Yeah,
and
that's how
the last time she had talked to me was breakfast.
No, that's what happens. I mean, that's what's cool about these games. Is you can just sink yourself into it, and there's just so many different things you can do. It's kind of overwhelming, but it's like a second life. It's pretty sweet. Moving down the list, do you guys have anything? I feel like I'm skipping things.
Battletoads?
Battletoads is on this list?
Battletoads.
Oh my god.
Xbox One exclusive.
But do
Probably
they have
they're on Rare.
But do they have Battletoads? No, I'm kidding.
They do have Battletoads.
That's insane.
Apparently.
That's such a random. There's like a cult following for that now. Obviously, especially if you're on Reddit, it's like they're like all about the Battletoads. So I could see that doing very well as like a re-release, like remastered Battletoads would be pretty funny to play.
I loved Battletoads. In fact, it's probably one of the harder NES games. I mean, they're all hard, but
yeah,
like it was a challenging side-scroller fighting game, and it just had a lot of attitude that was really fun. So we live in the age of nostalgia. If Battletoads is even remotely good, I'm definitely going to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be a thing. Gears 5. Xbox gets another, look at that, another exclusive for the Xbox One. Gears 5.
But they can't get Spider-Man, though.
No, you're damn right they can't get Spider-Man because that's a good game.
All two exclusives.
Yes, we're a little biased here towards the PS4.
Exclusives were around for the first Xbox. What, Halo, Gears, Gran Turismo, or whatever the other one is. What
Gran
is it?
Turismo,
Forza.
you watch your mouth.
Forza.
Yeah, Forza.
Yeah, Forza's there.
So
Wait, to be fair,
those three that have been riding.
Forza's pretty good though. I do like Forza.
That's fine, but you can't be riding the same 3 IPs for all your console generations and say you have exclusive. You don't have anything.
Yeah, I agree. It is kind of like, I don't know. I don't see Halo on here, but I'm sure that's another one that's going to be coming out.
Oh, yeah, also Halo, of course.
Well, yeah, they dropped the trailer at E3 of Halo Infinite, and obviously that's going to have its own following, and it's going to be a name grab for today's youth because they have all these people that said, "Oh, Halo, Halo, Halo," and everyone enjoys a battle royale. I would presume a Halo would have a battle royale at that point in time too.
Oh my god,
which would be interesting to see from that aspect, but I have no idea what to expect.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, Halo is going to hold a special place in my heart, but it's like, what, Halo 3, I think, right? Was that like the one we were going hard on Xbox 360? It was the best. Yeah. It was awesome. Those nights, like, we're just playing that like for hours on end into the night. Everybody was actually online for once. You know what I mean? That was awesome.
Reach was not terrible as well, but it didn't compare to Halo 3.
No. Oh my god. That was prime online gaming back in the day.
That was like for Call of Duty, it was like Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, but I actually preferred Halo on the 360. I preferred the Halo to the Call of Duty myself, but
yeah.
Just so much time invested in it.
When Call of Duty 4 came out, that was the top dog immediately.
Yeah, Modern Warfare. Yeah, I think that was. Yeah. I mean, it was awesome. Yeah, but I just remember all the memories from Halo. I'll never get it back.
That's the only thing that makes the sales. Everyone has memories from playing Halo at some point.
Exactly.
Hey, we're making another one.
Hey.
That's the only thing. They're not doing anything impressive.
The suits are a little shinier. No? Doesn't interest you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. We're done bashing the Xbox. There's like 4 people listening right now that are like, okay, well, I only have an Xbox One, so I'll just leave if you guys are going to be haters. Okay, Luigi's Mansion 3 for the Switch, pretty sweet. Luigi's Mansion, obviously for the GameCube, awesome game. I'm excited to see what they do with that one for the Switch. Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, Niki.
Yes.
Ooh.
Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, coming out exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. How's that make you feel, Niki?
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So beautiful.
Why would you do that?
Locked them up, boys. We locked them up.
It's awesome. That's huge for Nintendo, by the way. I've been waiting for a Marvel Ultimate Alliance game for a long time. I still play Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 for the PS3. However, this one does look a little different. It's not as detailed as the prior Ultimate Alliance games. It's a little more, I don't want to say like kiddish, but it's a little more cartoony. Yeah, if you look at Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, it's not like as detailed.
No, I'm not jealous.
Oh, I'm still going to play the hell out of it, though. It's still Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Of course, but I mean, I'm not jealous that it's only on Nintendo. Then that would make sense. If it was coming on for all the other consoles, then they'd clean that up, make it look like an upgraded version of number 2, which was phenomenal.
But look at it though; it's still pretty good. Actually, now that I'm crapping on it, I'm looking back on it. It's just got the only thing that's different about it is it's kind of got like everybody's got the little stroke outline, like a black outline. It almost kind of looks comic-y. But other than that, it does actually look better than I remember. I remember when I initially saw it, I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess it's going to be like a little kid game. But no, it actually does look like it's going to be pretty sweet.
It's going to feature, you're basically fighting Thanos in the Black Order. So there's going to be Infinity Stones.
Yes.
There's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's awesome.
And I mean, the other two Marvel Ultimate Alliances were incredible. So
I loved
don't
them.
see why this would be any different.
Those are my favorite games, just to sit on the couch together with somebody and go to town. Hopefully, obviously they'll be able to play online, right? I'm sure you'll be able to play online on the Switch. Without. I don't know.
I would think cooperatively. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
that's what I'm saying.
That's the best you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That'd be cool. No, they're gonna come out with a battle royale with Marvel characters. No.
Well, I buy it.
Obviously, this man's like, I'm getting a Switch tonight. No. Mario Kart Tour. That's an app. No, thanks. I'm good.
Yeah.
A Medieval, right? Medieval. That's how you say that? Because that's how I was saying it when I was a kid for PS1. But Medieval's getting a remake. The Skull and Bones, like, Knight from the PlayStation,
yeah!
the original
That's what it
PlayStation,
was.
it's getting a remake for PS4. That's going to be pretty awesome. I'm going to check that out. And here comes the next 30 minutes of our segment, all of our talking points. It's going to be Pokemon Untitled for the Nintendo Switch in Q3 or Q4. Please make this the open world Pokemon game that I've wanted my entire life. That's all I want. I mean, I've been playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. We've got that. That's fun. Merge that with the Breath of the Wild, like Zelda game. That's all I want. That is the peak Pokemon game. And if this isn't it, I'm going to be sad.
Now, dude,
So you know it's a Pokemon game. We don't know anything else about it.
Yes, and it's no.
We know literally nothing else about it.
Well, no.
other than
There
that
were a
it's-
couple things that were said about it that they said it's going to be. It's not going to be like a gimmick. Like it's going to be the next Pokemon game. Like it's going to be the next in the front. Like there was Red and Blue, and there was X and Y, and Sun and Moon. Like it's going to be that type of game. Like it's a full-fledged Pokemon game for the Switch.
Are they releasing like I guess sister brother game along with it, or is it just the one solo game?
That's what I don't know yet. They just did it. They just did it. Pikachu and Eevee for Let's Go. You got to imagine they're probably going to do it again. It's a no-brainer because everybody, you see Pokemon and you're like, oh man, I got to get both, which I didn't get for the Switch. But if you look at my freaking cabinet over here, I have every Pokemon game leading up to Moon at this point. So I'm a sucker, and eventually I'll probably wind up getting Let's Go Eevee too. But I'm curious to see what they do. Here's all these articles that say everything we know about Pokemon RPG. It's what they're calling it, Pokemon RPG. But let's see. First core Pokemon game to launch on the Nintendo Switch. It'll be late 2019 on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it's just a lot of speculation at this point. But if you just give me an open world one, I'm going to freaking poop my pants.
Well, here's my question. Do you want a new region? Or do you want to revisit old regions?
If you can mash all the regions into one game, pooping myself. Okay, and if you give me a new region with also a few of the old ones, I'll probably still poop myself. Either way, there's going to be dookie. I don't know how to handle myself.
You got so many different regions already in the world. You've got, Kanto and Johto, and you've got Sinnoh and Unova and Hoenn and Alola.
Yeah, this says it's not. I mean, as it stands, we don't know much about the game, the core Pokemon RPG for the Switch, other than it's going to be, quote, a brand new adventure. That's what they've said.
So I would think a new region then.
I'd personally take Kanto Johto. It doesn't matter to me because everything after that, in my opinion, was just weird, and I didn't care.
I don't know, man. There's some good games. The Pokemon Platinum was incredible.
So to me, Soul Silver is the best game there ever was.
Soul Silver and Heart Gold were incredible,
Yes.
though that's a Johto remake. Hoenn is actually probably my least favorite of the bunch. Black and White were really tough.
Oh, those are
actually.
weird. Yeah. That was strange. Yeah, that was definitely.
They put a huge emphasis on type matchups in that game, and so it made it more challenging because you couldn't just bully everybody with your starter.
Yeah.
I'm super excited for this game.
I don't even know what it is, but I know I'm going to buy it. I don't even care. It's not even a question. You just put Pokemon on anything. It could be Pokemon Battletoads, and I'd be like, yes, I'm gonna do it.
Pokemon Battletoads.
I don't know. Pokemon Gears. I don't know. Just put it on any game that I'm not going to buy this year, and I will buy it. It's that simple.
There was another game on this list that looked interesting. Skull and Bones. It's a release for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. There have been a couple of videos going around over the course of the last week or so that I've seen that have been really big hits on, the interweb as far as like comedic satires. And one of them was kind of a ripoff of a game similar to this. It resulted in the captain of the ship kind of screaming as what is the ship from Pirates of the Caribbean?
The Black Pearl.
The Black Pearl. The Black Pearl is chasing them down, or a ship very, very similar to it. And the captain goes screaming. He's like, "Oh my god, guys! Oh my god, we're okay, we're okay." And this game looks very similar. It looks as if you get to customize like your own pirate ship.
Yeah, what the hell? I'm looking at it right now. This is
the life of a pirate.
It's Ubisoft, so they borrowed from Black Flag.
Yeah.
So
this is pirate as hell. Holy, this is ridiculous.
It seems interesting, and I know obviously with Pirates of the Caribbean being such a big hit as a franchise, I do think that this will have its own draw from that. Just as far as like a video game aspect, and then you have all those little kids that want to be pirates, so this gives them an opportunity to be pirates.
Yeah, I don't think little kids are gonna be playing this one. I don't know.
I hope not.
No, this is nuts. Yeah, it looks like it's like a 100% ship on ship battle. That's like what this is.
Yeah.
So what
is this called?
Skull and Bones for PS4. Is it PS4? Or
PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
It's across the board. It does look pretty wild, but I don't know how. To me, that gimmick would run dry an hour in. I'd be like, okay, I'm done shooting cannonballs.
I agree, but I mean, I figured I would mention it just because it looks very interesting.
It looks good. It looks like it's very well done if you're into pirate ship battles, which, I mean, I didn't know it even was a thing that we were going to be able to play at some point. So, I mean, I'll probably watch somebody else play it and get all I need out of it. I mean, I don't know. I need to play myself.
There's probably a following similar to like an Ace Combat type. Like if it's strictly vehicles,
that's true.
There's people that enjoy the air. There's people that really enjoy the pirate ship. Because like Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 3, and probably the one after Black Flag, those all had the pirate ship battles, and people like that almost better than everything else in the game.
Yeah, but the good thing about that is it's still an Assassin's Creed game at the end of the day.
No. Yeah, you definitely have another option. Of course,
yeah,
but I mean, people did really enjoy just those, and like you could spend hours doing that. They didn't. I'd say eventually it got boring, but there's some people that they could do that all day.
Yeah, well, I guess we're going to find out how many people actually want to do that. So another one on the list, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Just says Q4, doesn't know anything, and no one really knows much about it outside of that. But Fallen Order, it supposedly takes place between movies 3 and 4. Okay, but brace yourself. It's obviously still an EA game, so
yeah,
hold on to your butts. I mean, gameplay wise, Battlefront was okay. As far as just delivery and execution, weak. And there's still people are going to be upset that just seeing Star Wars and EA next to each other is going to drop sales for this game anyway. But it looks like it has potential to be a pretty decent, like just to be a freaking Jedi. That'd be kind of cool. Other than that, I don't know much about it. So we'll see, obviously, as we get closer.
I would love just another classic, just Jedi story-driven game, not multiplayer, just something with an epic story. That's what I want, but EA does not believe in single-player games anymore.
No, they're like multiplayer and loot crates. That's all we need.
Yeah, they want to make the money off the in-game purchases, and that's I remember Disney kind of came down on them, so it'll be interesting since Star Wars is full Disney now. whether or not EA can, maximize their profits off in-game purchases.
Yeah, I mean, it's a proven track record for them that is until everyone actually turns on EA, which, I mean, we've talked about it over and over again, and it's still people buy their crap. But I think they did get burned pretty hard on Battlefront 2. Like, you can buy it for $10 right now. Like, it's like nothing. They just want people to get into it, and they're selling it for dirt cheap at this point.
Before we finish up, I did want to bring up. We got Psychonauts 2. Did any of you guys play the original one?
I did not.
That was a pretty awesome game for the Xbox originally. And I'm really curious to see what they have to offer with that game. The other one I wanted to bring up, I think I brought it up last time when we were raving about the Switch. They got Fire Emblem Three Houses, which is the newest installation of Fire Emblem games.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point out, I would not be surprised if one of the characters from this game ends up being on Super Smash Brothers. So you heard it here first, folks.
All right. I could be down with that. Yeah. I mean, I'm still trying to think DLC wise. Obviously, Waluigi, if that doesn't come, there will be riots. Obviously, Shaggy from Scooby-Doo is going to be in Super Smash. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be a pretty decent year. I don't think this doesn't seem like it's going to be. I feel like 2018 was a rock solid year for video games. I don't know about this year.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed it.
I think it all depends on this Pokemon game. If Pokemon game, if it's what you want it to be, it's going to be the best year yet.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I was gonna say it seems like Pokemon certainly has the opportunity to be Game of the Year.
Oh, for sure. If whatever they're working on, if they can get it out in a reasonable time, in the time frame that they're looking at, Q3, Q4 by the end of the year, and it is what people. The problem is when you announce a game like this and say it's going to be a brand new experience, and it's going to be like a Pokemon RPG. Like it's not like a gimmick game, and you leave it untitled like this, and you leave people time to stew on it. That can really hurt you. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I feel like they're going to deliver. They have to deliver. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I've never been disappointed with the Pokemon.
Neither have I, but now with what I've seen on the Switch and knowing that there's going to be a Pokemon game for the Switch, which is a very powerful console, and it's not a it's a handheld console, but I mean it's we all know it's bigger than that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just expecting something amazing. And if I get anything less, these sons of bitches will burn. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm going to buy it like an idiot no matter what. But anyway, 2019 is going to be an okay year. I'm hoping I guess as we go throughout the year, we'll be able to see how these turn out. Kingdom Hearts 3 literally just came out, so we haven't heard much about that. It's getting pretty decent reviews from what I've seen. And then aside from that, there's just so much coming out that we'll be chatting about it when it comes out throughout the year in our other podcasts. But we just wanted to lay out 2019 for you and tell you how much worse it's going to be than 2018. So, damn, 2018 was so good. Anyway. Ooh. But it's early. It's early in 2019. This is all we have, but there's definitely going to be more coming. And obviously, as the holiday season comes around, it's unfair for us to write off 2019. But on paper right now, 2019 kind of sucks butt cheeks. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. It's the Chunk Podcast. You can find out, obviously, more podcasts on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you're listening. We appreciate it, and thank you so much. It's thechunkpod.com if you want to stay up to date on everything that's happening, or just find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can find us. It's at The Chunk Pod. You guys have any parting words before we shut this down? I didn't think so. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Actually, no. Mark my words. Days Gone is going to be praised for probably the story because it looks great, but the gameplay and everything in between, bet money that's where it's going to take the biggest hit.
So you don't? Okay, so you're saying Days Gone's going to flop? Financially?
No, I mean it's going to make sales, but the reviews are not going to be that grand.
Okay, all right. I hope it's good. I mean, from everything I've seen, it's been hyped for like 3 years now, so 2 or 3 years, I think. But
like the whole zombie, or not even zombie, the Freakers, quote unquote, the Freakers storyline. I'm sure that'll be great, but it's going to be really clunky. It's going to be, I don't know, just something about it tells me.
As long
The
as the
story is going to be the highest.
As long as the story ends with everybody's got a little freaker in them, am I right? That's it. You know what I mean? And then it just fades to black and it's the end. Finn. And then its credits roll. No, okay.
All right.
We're done here. Thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you guys on the next one. See ya.
All right.
Okay.